Hi everybody, welcome to Healthline. I am Gregory Zarian. Hope you are doing what I always ask you to do, is get your health on. And I also hope that when you get stressed, you don't forget to breathe. So, every October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. What that means is everybody throughout the entire country, and I hope the world, gets their pink on. I have my pocket square, I have my pen. You will see people throughout the entire nation wearing pink. And what that means, it's expanding the conversation about breast cancer, prevention, and early detection. What's happening here in Glendale is the Army of Pink is stomping into town. It is where select men throughout the community will increase the conversation about what you need to know to get rid of this fatal disease. Let me share with you some statistics. As you know, I love statistics because hopefully that will help you take care of you, the ones you love, in early detection. About 1 in 8 U.S. women, just over 12%, will develop invasive breast cancer over the course of their lifetime. About 40,000 women in the United States were expected to die in 2013 from breast cancer. Though death rates have been decreasing, let me say that again, have been decreasing through early detection and screening and increased awareness. Welcome to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You should have the conversation yearly. However, October, we're expanding our pink. And men, it's about you as well. Did you know that out of every 100 new diagnoses, 1 to 2 are men? So breast cancer does not discriminate. Joining us today is the CEO of Glendale Pop Arts and the manager of the Alex Theater, the lovely and a friend of mine, Elisa Glickman. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Gregory. How are you?
I'm here to share information. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a long time since we've seen each other.
Yeah, we've been to this party before.
We
have been
have.
on Healthline quite a few times.
Absolutely.
And I love seeing you here. Now, why are you in the hot pink seat today?
I am so excited. I was chosen as the captain of this year's Army of Pink. I follow in the footsteps of Councilwoman Laura Friedman, who was our first captain.
In the year 2010, she was our first captain. And I just want to say, of course you remember this, is I was a participant along with my father, love you Pop, former mayor of Glendale and an icon in the community, Larry Zarian.
Yes, you were.
The transportation center is named after him, along with former police chief of Glendale, Ron DePompa, mayor at the time, Ara Najarian, and Glendale Adventist's very own, the Grand Poobah of Cancer Services, Boris Bagdasarian, who was the grand winner.
He was the winner that year. It's been an extraordinary group. And then the second year they did it, they had Paula Devine, who's now a city councilwoman. She was the captain. So I get to follow.
Captain Carl Provolitis.
Carl Provolitis won that year, deputy chief of the police department. Great guy.
So it's all about expanding the conversation in the community.
Absolutely. The entire premise behind the campaign is to just raise awareness. Let people know that early detection is key. And that with early detection, you can survive this disease.
And you have the list of rock stars.
I do.
That, we're going to share with you when we come back. So this is what I would love for you to do. As always, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And, please appease me. Go get something pink. So when you come back, we can all have our breast cancer awareness on. Do not go away. Welcome back to Healthline. Did you go get your pink? I'm Gregory Zarian, and the entire conversation is all about October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And here in Glendale, especially at Glendale Adventist Medical Center, the conversation in the city is going pink, where they choose 6 very important men to spread awareness, spread the conversation, and hopefully spread the ending of breast cancer here in Glendale and throughout the country. So joining us is the CEO of Glendale Arts and the manager of the Alex Theater right here in Glendale, Elisa Glickman.
Hey.
Hi, beauty.
Hey.
So glad that you're still here with us. So, it's all about the conversation of early detection, prevention, and what to do if you are diagnosed with breast cancer. Before we dive into your rock star list, and I'm going to share with you some of the names, breast cancer has touched everyone.
Absolutely.
As a woman, are you very aware of early detection? Are you very aware of self-exams? Because we even did the thing. What's the age limit?
I remember, and I think the answer is 40, isn't it?
Well, they say 40, but here's my interjection in regards to that. I believe that you are never too young to just do early detection. and all you're doing is just checking out your body.
Self-examination is key. You're right. Cancer has affected us all, whether it's a family member, a loved one, or us individually, a friend,
and we all hear
a lover.
stories.
We all hear stories.
The stories are happening 24/7 all the time.
And I have two examples in my life of someone who was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and someone who was diagnosed with 0.5. And the difference in treatment and the difference in longevity and the difference in the struggle that they both had to go through and that their loved ones had to go through. So it's
because cancer affects the entire family.
It affects the entire family. It affects your entire community. And one of the reasons why, as an arts advocate and as a person who runs an arts organization, one of the things that what we do is so important to treatment and survival is that we become an outlet for the family members, for the people living with this disease, whether it's they see a show or they write poetry or they journal. All of those artistic pursuits become a part of the entire wellness cycle. It's about the type of treatment that your physician puts forth for you, and it's about your community, and it's about being able to channel your pain, your anger, your frustration, your fear, and then your triumph. And that's really what we're trying to get to, is the triumph phase. And you can't get there unless you know.
And what I love also about Glendale Adventist Medical Center too is they have so many outlets. There's an event coming up in October called Laugh for a Cause. We have the Army of Pink. The Cancer Survivor Services are second to none. We have the little outside bench and the little sitting area, and it's all about, I even still wear, one of my favorite beanies was a dark blue skull cap that was knitted for me. From one of the cancer survivors. It's about, as you were saying, poetry, learning how to sew and just do things, because a lot of people feel that if they get the diagnosis of the big C, that their life is over, and it's not. Because I also love the word that you said, triumph. We can triumph over this. Back to the Army of Pink. Now, I shared with us a couple of rock stars. My father, I was a rock star. I
still have visions of that cutout of you, the life-size Gregory Zarian.
Oh,
yeah,
my foot was on the block and I was walking like this. Yeah, no, I loved it. And we all had mottos. And my motto was, real men wear pink. And it was just about the conversation. And as I discussed earlier, Rhonda Pompa, doing it to pass on the information to the women in his life.
Absolutely. It's a tremendous opportunity for the community to rally behind a singular cause, and they've done it in such a creative and fun way. Having a woman kind of lead the challenge and, be the captain and tell all these important men what to do. It's like an amazing I feel so powerful.
But you love it, though.
I kind of.
Who are the rock stars joining Glendale Adventist and joining you, oh Captain?
Oh, yeah.
As I bow down to you.
I know. Do you think they'll say that to me? Oh, Captain, my Captain?
I would.
We have representatives from all over the city. We have Greg Fish from the fire department. We have the city manager, Scott Ochoa.
You also have Tim Feely, Lieutenant, Glendale Police Department. He's following some big shoes.
He's following some incredible
Former Police Chief, Mr. Ron DePompa.
And a winner from last year, Deputy Chief Provolitis. So, he's got big shoes to fill. And then Dr. Harlan Gibbs from Glendale Adventist Medical Center's Emergency Department.
There's also Archbishop Hovnander Darian, who's a personal friend. How are you, sir? From the Western Diocese Armenian Church.
And the president of our Board of Education, our school board, Greg Krikorian. What a top...
And Greg's all over the community.
And Greg's everywhere.
Everyone
between business life and senior life and all sorts of life
and, he's at every
education.
Every event.
What a phenomenal group of men to rally behind, again, this singular cause that primarily affects women, hence the pink, but as you noted, also affects men.
1 to 2.
And more importantly, as we've discussed, the people who care about them. Because it really is a communal disease, and we fight the disease as a community, and as we've talked about, we triumph over the disease as a community. What
was it like when they approached you to become the captain?
Well, as any arts person would say, why? Why me?
So why you?
I think it's because we've all been affected by it. No matter what we do, if we're a lawyer, we're an accountant, any of those things, in real life, these things affect us. I'm sure it doesn't hurt that I'm kind of a loud person, so they figured if somebody's going to put the
Stop.
I know. If somebody's going to put the word out there without a bullhorn, it might as well be one with a big mouth. But as I said, I follow some incredible footsteps, and it's really a great honor to be a part of this, to be a part of the community. I'm proud to be on the Civic Advisory Board of Glendale Adventist Medical Center, and as you mentioned, the big sort of culminating event is taking place at the Alex Theater in October,
And I grew up going to.
Which is Laugh for a Cause.
Now, Lisa, being the captain of all these distinguished men, what is your mission to these men?
I think I want them, and I know that they are all very passionate about their community, and I hope that each of them feel really comfortable about being honest as to why they're a part of this. What is it that affects them personally, so that they're out there, they're having fun, they're getting the word out, they're promoting the campaign. But ultimately, it's about what drove them to do this. And we each have a different driving factor. And I hope that each of them, like Chief DePompa, share their personal story, because that was very impactful for me. You know, when each of those men shared their personal story. Yes, at the end, it's battling it out for the most votes online and all of that. But the message still got out there and the importance of it. And speaking from the heart and being passionate about it is really the best thing that these gentlemen can offer the community.
And you know, one of the reasons that I did it at the time was because I had lost my mother to cancer. It wasn't breast cancer, however, I believe cancer is cancer. And now I've lost both parents to it. And what's so important for all of us to remember is it's a conversation as a family. We went through it as a family. Now there are, you know, in regards to my mother's cancer, there are now signs and symptoms. It was esophageal that I'm very aware of. To my father's cancer, which was myeloma, there are signs and symptoms that I am so aware of. I am an advocate of early detection, and no matter what the cost, and no matter what the timing, if something is off or seems a little askew, you know, some of the great segments we've done on Healthline for breast cancer have been with Dr. Lynn Chen, and she said, you know, pay attention to if there's a color change, if there is a bit of a discharge. You know, when you do self-examinations, have your arm up. Make sure you check all over around the breast. Same thing for men. Go all the way around. Check your body. We did a great show on skin cancer. Like, scope out your body for everything.
And I think part of the challenge with early detection is really the stigma and the fear. The fear of what happens if. I'd rather not know.
My mom was like that. She didn't want to know.
And that's what this campaign is hoping to dispel. It's hoping to let people understand that, you know, cancer comes from a variety of factors. It can be environmental, it can be genetic, it can be hormonal. There are a whole host of mitigating factors that contribute to a cancer diagnosis. But you cannot solve the problem, you cannot win the battle if you don't know that you're fighting in a war. And that's truly what it is. And so, as you put it, do your detection, do it properly, and do it often. And if you find an anomaly, go get it checked out. It could be nothing. And that's the other thing. Why be scared of something or of not knowing something and it be nothing? You know, get it fixed, get it corrected, get it done.
And early detection will possibly save your life. More with Elisa when we come back. Go get some pink on. We'll talk to you in a second. Welcome back to Healthline. I am Gregory Zarian, and I hope you got your pink on. Took a few deep breaths. The entire conversation is all about breast cancer and breast cancer awareness and getting your pink on. After this show, I hope you Google breast cancer. I hope you Google the Army of Pink. I hope you Google everything you can, because something you learn today or learn after you Google and spend time on the internet can possibly and most likely will save someone's life, even yours. Now, the conversation is all about breast cancer. Let me share with you a few more statistics. Besides skin cancer, breast cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among American women. Just under 30% of cancers in women are breast cancers. A woman's risk of breast cancer approximately doubles if she has a first-degree relative, mother, sister, daughter who has been diagnosed with breast cancer. About 15% of women who get breast cancer have a family member who are diagnosed with it. Yet on the opposite side of that, about 85% of breast cancers occur in women who have no family history of breast cancers. The most significant risk factor for breast cancers are gender, being a woman, and age, growing older. Joining us is the Grand Poobah of the Army of Pink 2014. She is the CEO of Glendale Arts and the manager of the Alex Theater, Elisa Glickman.
Hi.
Those statistics.
I know.
And I've been doing them throughout.
It's confusing. It's astounding. It's
You have a family member
scary.
that
Yes,
attributes
I
to
do.
one of these.
I do. And she's an aunt. She was told many years ago that she had stage 4 breast cancer. She has been able to watch her children grow when many of us thought that that might not be the case. We're incredibly lucky, and she fought incredibly hard, and she continues to fight to this day. But she has incredible doctors, and she's diligent about her treatment, and she's diligent about that holistic of care that we talked about earlier.
I'm all about holistic care as well, because just you are part of a big team. It's you and your cancer, it's you and your family, it's you and your doctor, and it's also about you doing your own homework as to become triumphant. Now, Army of Pink 2014, how do people, Grand Poobah, you love that. Captain, how do people get involved? How do people vote for their top select?
So voting is going to take place starting October 1st, and it's going to go all the way to the 26th of October. And it's my understanding that at the Laugh for a Cause at the Alex Theater, they are going to announce the winner of the Army of Pink this year.
Which I was lucky enough to be the MC one time.
You were as handsome that day as you are today.
For those of you that saw that, yes.
But what they're going to do is they're going to go online to glendaleadventist.com /Army of Pink.
Say that again. And we're going to also throw up the URL.
Oh, you are? Okay, so
are.
I'm going to say it right into the camera
Please.
so that they can read my lips. It's glendaleadventist.com /Army of Pink. And they can vote once, they can vote 1,000 times, they can vote often, they can vote for different candidates. It's just, again, a really fun and exciting way to get the word out there. And what I have been suggesting to people is don't just vote. Share your vote with people, but share why you voted. So if you voted because you lost a family member, because you've been affected, or just because you believe in prevention and early detection, tell everyone. Go to Facebook, tweet it out, put it on Instagram, do whatever it is in your social media sphere and get the word out that you voted and this is why, and you encourage others to do so. Because it's only through this sort of viral campaign can we really have it sink in with folks that they need to find out whether or not they have cancer.
Lisa, I have 1 minute left with you. What is your final thought in regards to being triumphant in breast cancer?
Again, I just want to go back to the fact that it's a completely scary thing, and we all get that. But knowledge is power. And the more knowledgeable you are on a subject, the more knowledgeable you are about your own health care, the more you talk to your doctors, your physicians, your wellness community, the stronger you're going to be, and the more likely you are that you're going to triumph over this or any other disease. It's all about knowledge being power.
And can you one more time give us the website for the Army of Pink?
It'd be my pleasure. So it's at glendaleadventist.com /Army of Pink. We'll have information on the Glendale Arts and Alex Theater pages and our social media. We'll be sharing a lot with Adventists. But again, the key to voting is glendaleadventist.com /Army of Pink.
Elisa Glickman, I love you.
I love you too. It's
Absolute
been too
pleasure.
long. And again, you've never looked more handsome.
Look at you looking all hot and pink. So, you know exactly where to go, glendaleadventist.com /Army of Pink, and get your vote on for your candidate. And here's the thing too, because we have a little bit more coming up in this episode of Healthline. Your information will save someone's life. Don't waste it. As I say at the end of every episode, the most important conversation you're going to have is about you and your health. So just talk pink. Don't go away. More when we come back. Welcome back to Healthline. The entire conversation has been about getting your pink on. And pink means getting your conversation out there, learning about early detection, early prevention, It's all about breast cancer. And I'll say it again, men, did you know that out of every 100 new diagnoses, 1 to 2 are men? Joining me now is the president of the Cancer Care Guild at Glendale Adventist Medical Center, Tina Parsegian. How are you, Tina?
Very good, thank you. Thanks for having me today.
Lovely that you're here, Tina. Now, what is your role with the Guild?
I am the president of the Cancer Care Guild over at Glendale Adventist Medical Center.
What does that mean? What do you do?
I oversee all the events that we do, the fundraising that we do, along with all the Guild members who help raise funds to support the cancer services that are offered at Glendale Adventist free of charge for all cancer patients, whether they are treated in the hospital or not.
Which I love, that anybody that has been affected with cancer can come to Glendale Adventist and become part of that conversation and all the services.
Yes, we have support groups. We also have knitting classes, yoga classes.
Did you love when I talked about the beanie
Yes.
that I wore, one of the members?
Yes, and that's another thing, is
Survivors.
positive image. It's so important when you're going through something like that. And we offer classes, like knitting classes, and we also help with donating wigs, scarves, caps, whatever is needed to make the person feel a little better at that time.
And you also bring in someone that can help women learn how to apply their makeup and
Yes.
just get their life on.
Yes.
And there's also support groups for family members that do suffer from a member that does have cancer.
Of course, yes.
Now, what are some of the great events the Guild puts on?
We have several events throughout the year. We have one of my favorite events is actually Cancer Survivor Day, which is a national day. And we celebrate at the hospital. We do a luncheon. It's free for all cancer survivors in the community to attend. And it's just a day to celebrate life and all that they've been through. We also do other events such as luncheons and tours of the Cancer Center. Our main event, our main fundraiser is coming up, which is Laugh for a Cause, and that's this October 26th.
Tina, tell us about Laugh for a Cause Comedy Night. And were you there that year that I was the MC?
Yes, that was the
Okay, how
first
good
year,
was I?
2011, very good, yes. And it's actually a day of music, evening of music and laughter. And joy, and we bring professional comedians for the event. This year, we're very lucky again. Vahik Pirhamzeh is going to be volunteering and writing skits for us with his friends. They're going to be performing and acting in between the comedians. Kayvon is going to be one of our comedians this year.
Tina, how can people buy tickets?
They can actually contact the Healthcare Foundation.
What is that phone number?
818-409-8055.
Perfect.
They can also go on Facebook, and all the information is posted on our page. Please like our page. It's called Glendale Adventist Medical Center Cancer Care Guild. And that page is always updated with all the latest information of all our events are going on. If I may add, I just wanted to say, to the viewers today that cancer affects the patient and also all the people that love them. It changes their life, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to raise funds to help support the services that are offered free to community members who are going through this journey. We don't want them to go through this journey alone. Please support us. Thank you.
Tina, thank you so much. And for all of you, the Laugh for a Cause event is October 26th, starting at 5 p.m. at the Alex Theater. We have to see you there. The most important conversation you are going to have in October and whenever is a pink one. It's all about prevention, early detection, and awareness. What you learn today, pass on to your friends, your family, and the ones that you love. Thank you for joining us. Take care, and we'll see you next time right here on Healthline.